Hey everyone, it is Melissa from Generation Studio and Shop. I'm coming at you for our prep, paint, and stain series that we've been doing all week long. It has been a great time and it's not finished yet, but it's getting there. I've done a lot to it since you guys last saw it yesterday. So yesterday I finished painting it and I tuckered out, so I had to go home last night. But I came in first thing this morning and put the second coat of paint on, and the coverage was great. Fusion's line of paint, unless it's a really light color, a lot of times you only need to do 2 coats, but the coverage is wonderful. So this is only 2 coats. But I have a lot of different things going on here, so if one piece doesn't look like the other piece, it's because I've done something to one section and not the other section, so that I had something to do today at 5:30 on a Friday afternoon. Who has a life? Not me, apparently. So thank you for joining. Hi, Gabriel. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining me here. As I was saying, there's a lot of different things going on here. Like one door's finished, the other one's not. One drawer is semi-finished, the other one is not, just because I have different things now. Hopefully I can remember what I did to what, so that I can go back and finish it in total. But we talk about all the time as furniture artists, those that do this for a living or casually, how a piece just talks to you. And sometimes you start, especially when you ask for help in the color line, like what color should I paint this, my mind doesn't go to that right then because I'm letting other people choose. So anyway, I got the color on, and I mean, I was falling in love with this piece. I'm gonna have a really hard time parting with her. But anyway, I was going to change the color of the hardware on it, and when I held it up against the Bayberry, Fusion's Bayberry color, it just worked. It worked so wonderfully. So I did nothing to the hardware. I mean, I wiped it off a little bit, which I can tell you about later, something that I used just to clean it up. But I did not cook my hardware this time. So that I'll have to show you another time. I did tell you all about it. Hi, Lynn. Nice to see you. I miss you. So I did not cook my hardware for this because when I held it up against the green, it just was like, ta-da! Everybody, it just looks so nice on this. And then I all of a sudden got this creative idea, like we do a lot of times, because of the bronze that was coming out in the hardware. I decided to grab Fusion Minerals bronze paint and just go into the detail here into this strip. I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you see it? My lighting's a little off because I'm sort of in a dark area of my workshop, so I added light. So if you can see it, give me some thumbs up or something if you can see the bronze detail that I added in here. Now I haven't finished that because I wanted you guys to see how I do that. So last night I finished painting. I'm sorry, this morning when I came in I finished painting it. I also added another coat of stain on the top. I'll pull you guys up there. I don't know if you can see. Let me just pull you up there. Can you see that top? I mean, it came out. I mean, it's stunning. The top is absolutely stunning. Sorry, I don't want to get it all up in your face here. Hopefully I don't lose you. There we go. Yay! Okay, so I put another coat of stain on the top just because I wanted it to be a little tiny bit deeper than it was. So after that was somewhat dry, it's still a little tacky on top, but I did put the back up on there. I did attach it, but before I leave today, I'm going to take it off because it's very humid in here. I mean, it's not too bad. We have the air conditioner going, but I think it's too humid. I want to leave it overnight to dry. And then what I'll probably do, even though I don't need to, I just want added protection, I'm going to put Fusion's clear tough coat on top of it. It's a wipe-on poly, and it works wonderful. And we'll go over that on another time when I'm just doing that, but that's gonna have to wait until tomorrow. Like I said, I think just with the heat outside, it's like in the 90s here. I don't know where you are, if it's that hot, but it's pretty warm. So after I did that, I was ready to start distressing it. Now I did a few different ways of distressing. I did some wet distressing, I did some sandpaper, I used a couple different techniques, but it's not all finished. I wanted to save some for you as well as the painting of the lines of the bronze. So I don't know if you can tell, but this drawer up here has been sanded. It has its bronze, little bit of glamour in there. It has the hardware on, and this one has not been distressed or waxed. This one has everything done to it. This one has not. I don't know if you can see the difference. This one's just a little bit more deeper than this one. This one's still a little bit bright, and I know the lighting's not helping. Hey Laura, how are you? Long time no see. Get in here, girl. Come on in here and see me. Paint something with me. Okay, so what I'm going to start off with, since I did distress it, this door has not been entirely distressed, so I wanted to show you. I told you yesterday how I wet distress by putting like a piece of wood or a tongue depressor or whatever in a sock and just wetting it. At this point in time, because it's been sitting on here a couple hours, I'm not quite sure that it'll work all that well. It was working earlier this afternoon. So I just dip my sock with my piece of wood in there just to give it some substance behind it when you're pushing, and it's literally just damp. It's not soaking at all, and you just go on your side. There's an art of distressing. I mean, you can distress till the cows come home and you'll be fine if that's the look you're going for. If you're looking for a natural way, you just want to hit those areas where you would bump it, or the vacuum would bump it, or somebody would bump it, or lean up against it. So obviously, like right along the door area, where it closes and opens, where people touch it and everything, I would think that would be a place that you'd want to get a little distressing. So you want to do that like in your high areas. So you just take it, sorry, let me put these on, and rub it against there. And like I said, the fusion might have been on there a little too, nope, it's coming off. And you just want to get in there and rub it. And the fusion does set up pretty quickly, and you guys probably won't be able to see this too well, but when you wet distress, it just brings off a little tiny bit. So I did wet distress some of the areas on here. Another thing I was doing was just taking my 220 grit sandpaper, wrapping it around a sponge to give me a little bit more control, and I was doing it that way. So just hit your ends where you think it would have gotten bumped or dung up or something. And I usually don't do a straight strip, because who thinks of bumping into it and the whole strip's gonna just get banged up. But depending how old it is, the whole piece might be banged up, who knows. So there's no wrong or right, but that's just, I always choose like higher pieces. Another way, like if I shut that door, there's the little detail up here, and how I get into that, I told you guys about the flexible sandpaper, right? Which is fabulous. If you take that and just wrap it around your finger, you can get in there. But another way that I just get some resist going is I take my tongue depressor or your paint stick or whatever, and I literally just wrap it in there. Okay, let me open this, and I can go up in there and distress where I think the door would be hitting, and along the side here where I think that door would be hitting, or where the hands would be going. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Just saw you pop up. Hi, Karen. I pop up all over the place, don't I? You poor people. Okay, so I don't know if you can see how I'm distressing in this area, and then also on the door here. The light's probably not a good angle, but I distress right around the corners and everything so that it just looks natural. You guys are getting bopped all over God's creation here. Give me a second. My thing is falling down. Okay, hopefully you stay there. Okay, so those are the ways that I was distressing, and I still have to go in here and distress just a little bit more, but I didn't want to keep you for all, the whole situation of getting this totally completed. So I held up little areas of where I didn't do and what I did do. So like I said, it came to me, I had an artistic moment and I thought this baby needed a little bit of bling, but not so much that it was like boom in your face. So what I did was I took the bronze metallic line of Fusion mineral paint because I thought it just, you know, replicated the look of the hardware. And what I did, now this is probably a little bit too dry because I had it sitting, but I literally, can you guys see? Okay. So I literally just come straight down here with my paintbrush and make sure you don't have any bumps by just going over it very lightly. So I wanted to finish this with you guys just so you see that what I did to bring that out. And then so it's not like in your face kind of, you know, metallic, because I still wanted her to feel old. I didn't want her to feel too made up, but I wanted to give her a little bit of glam because she deserved it. And I usually don't talk about pieces, but I know that this, I don't know, a lot of people name their pieces and I think that is so fun. I don't know if I'm not that creative in my mind that I can't think of names for pieces, but I keep calling this a she, so we'll have to think of a good name for her. I would love to start naming my pieces. That's weird, but so anyway, you just come straight down, as straight as line as you can. And then over here, are you guys still with me? Over here, you just go around the edge like that with your paintbrush. And I just thought it gave it some bit of glamour that she needed, but then when it's distressed and waxed, sorry, when I do something this intricate it's hard for me to talk. Just want to get this little corner here. Okay, we're good. Okay, so that's all done. So I'll throw that in there. So now all of the bronze is done and I'll leave that dry. I won't show you how to wax on here because that's wet, but what I can do is come over here and show you how I wax on this because I did wax this one already, which toned down the bronzeness, even though the light on it is probably making it look brighter than what it is. So let me bring it down, if I can, a little bit more. There we go. You guys got to hit me right on top of the head. Esmeralda. That is perfect. Esmeralda. I like that, Gabriel. I like that a lot. So I am going to be using Homestead's espresso wax. It's like a deep dark wax. And their waxes go on so smooth. And I'll tell you what, I use just about anything to wax. This is an actual wax brush. Like it. It's a little big for my hands sometimes, but it works on big areas. So we can start with that. You just get a little bit on the tip of your brush. And I like to take it and just rub it in. And yes, I do it with my hardware on a lot of the time because it gives me the feel of what the piece needs and where it needs to be distressed. That's why I put everything back on, because that way I can see where to distress, you know, where to put the heavier wax. Another great tool I love to have is just a big stencil brush like this. And I can get that in all the nooks and crannies, like these lines here. Like you can push it down in there so that it stays a little bit. Now I don't want to get the wax on top of my hardware. So when I get up around here, I'm going to switch it out, and it would make it a lot easier if I just didn't have the hardware on, but once you push it in, then it makes it hard to get out, and so that's why I did that. So you can take this right up in there, and what this is just a chip brush that I cut down so that it's firmer. So you can just take that right in there, and you'll be wiping this wax off, so if you do get a little bit on your hardware, it's, you know, it's okay. Oh, but let me tell you while I'm doing this, what I did to my hardware. Since I didn't cook my hardware, I just took hemp oil, I love my hemp oil. It's great for wood. I told you guys before it's great for metal. I just wiped off my hardware with the hemp oil, and it looks great. So I'm going to do this. You guys still with me? And you can put wax on with, I'm going to say it, you can put it on with a sock, any type of cloth, lint-free. But make sure you get, if you painted the top of your drawer, make sure you get the wax up there as well, and on the sides if you did. I'll bring you guys in because I told you I taped up my sides just because I like clean lines. So I'll show you my clean lines. So what you want to do is put it on, leave it on there for a couple minutes, and then wipe it back. I literally did not leave this sit on too much because I didn't want it really, really dark. I figure if I put it on, take it off, and it's not enough, I can add more later. Another detail that I did, and it's not that big a deal, but talking about hemp oil, I did that inside of that door already, but I didn't do this one. So what we're going to do, and it's just to, I don't know, finish it, make it nice for somebody who's purchasing this. I take some hemp oil, put it on a sock. You guys are going to get sick of me with my socks. Okay, and if you can see this door here, let me turn you. There we go. I'm just nourishing the wood because I decided not to paint the inside of this. Can you guys see the difference by any means? Can you see how that just looks so much more? And it'll stay looking like that. It soaks in what it needs, but the rest of it, look how dry this looks down here. So we're going to take that hemp oil and just rub it in, and then what I'll do is come back and see if any like sort of spit out. Hemp oil is great because it soaks in. It almost cleans a piece as well, but it soaks into the wood and just nourishes it. So not only did I do the back of the door on that other side, but I came in here and did this piece in here as well. Since I wasn't painting it, it just it cleans it, it makes it nice. It nourishes it. If there's any scratches in there, it doesn't like heal the scratches, but I don't know, it just makes it look nice. So I'll come back and wipe that off, but I thought that was a nice little added touch to get it going. Okay, so that has been sitting on there. The wax has been sitting on long enough, so I'm going to go ahead and take my first wax remover, which is another sock. I always keep them in order though, so I know which one has a lot of wax on and which one doesn't. So then you just come in and start wiping it back, and I like to go in circles. But you can see how it toned it down. You guys see? It really is a beautiful piece, if I say so myself. When you start loving on a piece right away, you know. And then I switch out to a sock that doesn't have too much wax on it, just to get the rest of it off. And what I'll do is I'll wait a couple hours or tomorrow morning, and I'll come back in and buff this so that it feels really, really smooth and nice. Speaking of my hemp oil, I didn't do this knob because I was going to show you guys. So I just take the hemp oil and go around the whole piece of hardware. I don't think I did that one either. It just cleans them up and shines. So now the top and the bottom drawers match. Okay, isn't it pretty? I love it. So just let me reiterate what I did really, really quick. We prepped it by cleaning it, then we sanded it, then we painted it. Well, first we wiped it back, all the dust off of it with denatured alcohol and water. Then we painted it, stained the top, distressed it, put everything on, waxed it, hemp oiled the inside wood, and I mean, she's pretty, isn't she? I have just one leg done. I'll see if I can bring you guys down. Boop. Hi, I'm gonna hold you for a second. Here's the leg that was done, but you can see how the distressing and the wax, it adds so much character to her. And let me bring you back up here. Sorry for the big thumb shot. Let me see if you guys can see the top of that. Didn't it come out nice for veneer? It's absolutely gorgeous. So that's the top of it. Here's the little back piece that I added on. Like I said, I'm taking that off tonight just so that the stain has a little bit, you know, more cure time for it. Let me back up so you guys can see the whole thing. Hold on, I'm giving you light shots here. There we go. There, can you see it there? Doo-doo-doo. All right. I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. And we have a name for her. You guys said Esmeralda. I like it. I like it a lot. So Esmeralda is going to get finished up. I'm going to finish distressing where she needs distressed, finish waxing where she needs waxed. I'll take off that top and leave it lay overnight, put it back together tomorrow. Going to do the clear tough coat on the top, even though I don't really need to with that stain and finishing oil. It should be good to go, but I'm just going to add a little bit more protection. What else? Oh, just a little bit of tips while I'm here. Brush cleaner from Fusion is fabulous. If you haven't tried it, I like it. Some people don't like the smell of it, but I don't mind that. And what else? Oh, look, I never used this before. Look how sloppy I am. I'm usually not like that. But another thing you want to do when you're done with your paint, take some Vaseline, rub it, clean your top, rub the Vaseline across the top, and then put your lid on so it's easy to get off the next time you go to use it. I'm really, really bad at not putting the Vaseline on, and then I'm sitting there pounding my jars or running them under hot water or whatever. But Gabriel, you like the soap? Yeah, I love the soap. It conditions my brushes so well, especially my Steelmeister. When you go ahead and, you know, put a lot of money into your tools, it's great to take care of them. So Lisa, hi. You like the soap too? Yeah, I really do. I mean, we go through it here. I like it for all of my brushes, and yeah, it's pretty cool stuff and works well, and it has kept my brushes very nice. So anyway, I'm going to get going. I'm going to finish this up probably tomorrow. I think I'm going to head home and maybe get some dinner tonight. But I wanted to show you what Esmeralda looks like. Thank you, Gabriel, for the name. I love it. So thank you for joining in on a Friday evening, and I will talk to you later. And I will, when she's finished, I will stage her and everything and put pictures down below or on my page or something, okay? All right. Trying to think what's coming up next. Oh, my other wooden toolbox. I'm going to be working on that next. So stay tuned for that, and yeah, I'll see you then, okay? I'm a little brain fried today. Gabriel, thank you so much. Lisa, thank you. Lynn, if you're still on there, thank you so much. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you soon. Bye.